to the homemade podcast of sports with your host Jay Pops. Guys, how y'all feeling, Aggieland? How are you guys feeling? Man, oh man, what a Monday. Understand this here. I be at work most of the time when all this stuff drops. I know how the way I post on Twitter, it may not look like I'm at work, but I am working all at the same time, man. I'm working at the same time. I cannot believe what is unfolding before our eyes. Wow. I mean, we not only got one, but we got two commitments. I mean, it was back to back, I think in a 2 hour stretch. I did not know that Gabriel Brownlow-Dendy was going to do that. I can honestly tell you that. I had a feeling, don't get me wrong, I had a feeling. I did not know that the young man was going to flip that early. In my mind, I honestly felt that he was going to wait until the 15th, but I had started reading something on today, and I got down to the bottom of why he flipped like that. So what happened was that it was already coaches that had talked to him from A&M. I believe Bob Stoops, he went over there. We all had seen the photo on Twitter. Bob Stoops had talked to him also. But I don't know, man. Something happened within that transition. Yes, the defensive coordinator left, and they all went over there to USC. But it was something that went on within that transition. But he flipped. Look. The young man had already been looking at A&M, okay? And that's just that. He had already been looking at A&M. Now, his father is an OU grad, okay? Well, a OU alum. I'm sorry, I'm talking about grad. His father is an OU alum. That is crazy to me, man. I just see now, I thank you for telling me that Mr. White he had just tweeted to me. Just commented and said Keontae Goodwin, who's committed to Kentucky, just tweeted out a photo of them and Jimbo Fisher. Understand this here. I hear this all the time. Jimbo Fisher has always been a good recruiter. Jimbo Fisher has always been such and such. I keep on telling you guys, man. Jimbo Fisher has never recruited a class like this. They have never recruited a class like this. Okay? I told you guys once before, man, I was on the phone with one of my boys last night, and man, we were just so ecstatic. So ecstatic about this. Look at this here. When Gabriel Brownlow-Dendy, okay, so when Hayes Fawcett, man, people have to give Hayes Fawcett this credit for this here. I don't know how much that man phones rings off the hook, but I do know that he had tweeted something last week and he was like, oh man, please let me go to sleep already. The Lincoln Riley thing from OU has so many guys decommitting from over there to where it's crazy. I've never seen that many decommitments in 1 year before early signing day or before a signing day, period. Before a signing day, I've never seen that many decommitments from a program. Lincoln Riley was Oklahoma. All right. And I'm now starting to see some diehard Oklahoma fans even coming out and saying, man, the Gabriel Brownlow-Dendy flip, that one hurt. That hurt. And I know it hurt because how the way Twitter erupted and how the way the college football world erupted last night when that young man flipped to A&M, that lets you know going forward that A&M is not playing about what they're doing. Now, did Lincoln Riley do something? Did Lincoln Riley do us a favor on that? Yes, he did do us a favor. We did jump Alabama for the number 2 spot for, the young man that's asking. We did jump Alabama for the number 2 spot, but make no mistake and make no doubt about it. Alabama would jump back into the number 2 spot on tonight. I'm just telling you guys so you already know. Alabama would jump back into the number 2 spot tonight because of the simple fact that Isaiah Bonds, the decommitment from Florida, from the Florida Gators, he will ultimately commit to Alabama. I know that. So just be looking for that one. If he doesn't commit to Alabama, he's going to commit to Georgia. It's going to be one of them. But he will commit to Alabama. I believe you guys should see that on later on tonight. But anywho, man, the feedback, the interaction last night was so unbelievable, man. I've never seen the commitment erupt an entire fan base everywhere around the nation so hard since Evan Stewart. But see, this here was a flip. So that flip was harder than when Evan Stewart had committed. My God, man. That got me so it's look, man. I've already told you guys I will be at the spring game. That is no doubt about it. My wife already sealed that up and said she'll be at the spring game also. Belly, I know, but we will. Me and my whole family will be there. We will be at the spring game. I really have to see this spring game. I believe Haynes King. That's when Haynes King will come back. So speaking of Haynes King, Mark Nabel. I told you guys to watch him last night, didn't I? He committed. That guy there. I haven't seen all the tape on him, so I really have to look at it. That was another monster commitment. I love the momentum that we're carrying into next week, man. It is ridiculous. And from what I seen last night on when he committed, and also Gabriel Brownlow-Denby when he committed, man, everyone around the nation was like, man, this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. The defensive line, period, is ridiculous for the years out. Okay? It is getting ridiculous for the years out. That is crazy to me. So now I told you guys be ready for this. I told you guys be ready for this. I told you guys this. All right? You have to be ready for all of the comments that is going to come when these guys are committed. I'm going to tell you about some of them. Now I'm hearing that, how can they commit to an 8-4 team? Like, man, that team is 8-4. That's one comment. Another one. How they commit there, man? Like, they have no championships to speak of. What are they selling them? Another comment. Man, they got to be paying these. Man, they got to be paying these guys to come over there. Man, they have to. Another comment. All that just to go 8-4 or 7-5. Another comment. Man, beating Alabama is crazy. This is where beating Alabama gets you. Another comment. All that. And y'all still ain't won nothing since 1939. Another comment. Man, come on, man. Seriously? Why are they picking A&M? Like, what is that A&M? I love it. I told you guys, be ready for this. Be ready for this. So you can imagine when we do sign the number one class, what it's going to look like. I'll need you guys to imagine when we do win a national title. Or I need you guys to imagine, because before you win that national title, I need you guys to imagine when we win the SEC West. Imagine when we win the SEC West, what everybody is going to say. Only a handful are going to say congratulations. Meaning the teams from the SEC West. Everybody outside of the SEC is going to be like, man, come on, man, they had to cheat. Oh, and one more comment that everybody said. Man, we need to call the NCAA for this. I love it, man. I love it. I told you guys that this is going to happen, man. You got to understand that this is Texas A&M's first time being in this predicament. So everybody wanted to know what Jimbo Fisher was being paid so much for, but this was part of the deal. Go out and sign the best of the best, bring them to College Station. The next phase, because we have to move on to the next phase. The next phase is putting it on the field, in which we put it on the field this year. We just happen to go 8-4, okay? So put it on the field. And after that, start winning some division titles. Okay, I'm not going to move all the way up to conference. Start winning some division titles, and then make your way up to start winning some conference titles. Then make your way up to start getting some playoff berths, win some playoff games, and then win the natty. Now, of course, what comes with this on when we do sign the number one class, you cannot sign all those guys and you ain't bringing nothing back. But if you guys are going to say that, I need you guys to have the same criticism for Kirby Smart and what he's doing. Because I said that after the SEC championship game. You cannot continue to sign all these number one classes and number two classes and you're not bringing in nothing. But from my understanding, a lot of people are telling me you can't say that because you have never been there before. So I'm going to hold back off on what I say for the 2022 season. I'm just only going to speak about Texas A&M. That's it. I will be quiet for the entire 2022 season, just to let everybody know. I won't say anything. I will forever talk about recruiting. But I told you guys what was what, and also Bobby Taylor himself, and also Donovan Green himself. These guys told you what was up. Okay, these guys told you what was up. Also, man, another reason. This is why Scott Woodard wanted Jimbo Fisher at LSU. All right, so they can bring in those dominant top classes like Ed O. I have no clue if Brian Kelly is going to bring in top classes like Ed Orgeron and Les Miles did. I'm sorry. I do not know that. You guys don't know that. That's what LSU fans are hoping, though, that they can, continue that trend. All right, but as of right now, this was the reason why. This is the reason why, man. So I need you guys to be looking at this right here, and I'm going to give you guys some recruiting notes, and updates and things of that nature. Starting on today, as of right now, today, Jimbo Fisher and the staff, which is Mike Elko and others, they're all out there in Tennessee, and they're visiting Walter Nolan. Okay, all of those guys are out there in Tennessee right now. They're visiting Walter Nolan for in-home visit. Also, with that being said, we're in a battle with Tennessee because Tennessee still wants that young man. All right, and we all knew this. Anybody that didn't know that, you're crazy. All right, the young man's from Tennessee, so of course they want the man to stay home. Understand that Tennessee and Florida, in which Shamar Stewart, which is another 5-star D lineman, this D line can't get any better. But in Jimbo Fisher and Mike Elko's and Elijah Robinson's mind, who is the number one recruiter right now, by the way, I need you guys to know that Elijah Robinson is the number one recruiter right now. They're saying that the D-line can be much better. That ain't it. It ain't over with. So, like I say, Jimbo Fisher and company is out there in Tennessee visiting Walter, and that's that. They're out there making their last impression before early signing period. All right, that's that. They're out there. So they're going to do their thing. On this week alone, I don't actually know when the visit is, but they'll be visiting Harold Perkins too. Also with that, Steve Sarkisian will be visiting Harold Perkins, and Brian Kelly himself will be visiting Harold Perkins. All right, so all of those guys will make in-home visits to him. Also, with that being said, once again, Jimbo Fisher and company has already made a visit with Denver Harris. After that in-home visit with Denver Harris, this is where we sit at with Denver Harris, because I need you guys to know about this. I've been preaching this young man for the longest. After that in-home visit with Denver Harris, the Longhorns in Alabama were the two prime spots that were considered for Denver Harris. After that in-home visit and going forward, this is what 247 recruiters put in here. LSU and Texas A&M have moved to Denver Harris's warmer spot. That's that. They've moved to their warmer spot. Denver Harris should be committing on next week. I believe he will be committing on next week. All right, on the 15th. Also, with that being said as well, also need to tell you guys about this one. Shamar Stewart, just like I was mentioning, Shamar Stewart will be committing on February 8th, which is the traditional signing day period. He will wait. Understand why he's waiting? It's because Mario Cristobal is at Miami now. All right, so you guys have to understand that. Mario is at Miami. Okay? He is at Miami. So you guys have to understand that wait there, because Shamar wants to see what Mario Cristobal is talking about. But with that being said, Shamar Stewart will be in College Station this weekend, people. I'm going to say this once again. Shamar Stewart will be in College Station this weekend. This is what he said on his tweet. I'll be in College Station this weekend to see what all the fuss is about. And with a little laughing emoji. It's a lot of Miami fans mad about that. It's a lot of Miami fans are heated. They don't like that. They don't like that. Come on, Shamar. Why would you do that? I told you, man, it's all about keeping the momentum going. You have to keep going. And this is what Jimbo Fisher and others preach. They want the momentum to continue to go. So, yes, so that rumor is true about Kevin Banks. So Jimbo Fisher will make his impression with Kevin Banks. This is a big one. You guys need to listen up for this. Jimbo Fisher will make his in-home impression with Kevin Banks around January. All right. Jimbo Fisher is fine with that. The momentum right now is carrying to Texas. But Jimbo Fisher will make his in-home visit in January. If things are subject to change, then Jimbo Fisher will ultimately push back that January visit, and he will come in there this week. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys this once again. He will come in there this week. If anything is subject to change and where he's hearing that Kevin wants to commit earlier than January, he will make his way in there. He will make his way in there. He's not leaving. All right, but I just want you guys to know that January is the set date for Jimbo Fisher and that staff. With that being said, though, Josh Henson will be at Kevin Banks' school, or he will make his own in-home visit. With that being said, Josh Henson has made numerous in-home visits with Kevin Banks. That's why they were saying that, yes, Kevin Banks is committed to Oregon, but just hold on. Wait a minute. Things are brewing in the background. All right? Some things are going on in the background to where, no, Texas A&M really wants Kevin Banks. Texas A&M really wants Cam Dewberry. I'm telling you guys what I know. Be looking for Cam Dewberry to commit to Texas A&M. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I was wrong about Kevin Banks when I said that he was going to commit to A&M. I was wrong about Isaiah Santanega when I said that he was going to commit to Texas A&M. Both of them committed to Oregon. Just so happened both of them has decommitted now. That's crazy how football works, doesn't it? But I knew by this statement of Jimbo Fisher after that Alabama game, man. I'm gonna say this to you guys once again. After that Alabama game, and I know when somebody is lying. I know when somebody is, honest to God, speaking the truth. Okay, and I don't have the maroon shades on. You guys can forget that. When Jimbo Fisher said to that announcer, to the reporter, that these fans in this school deserves something, or College Station rather deserves something. I'm going to do my best, as well as my team, to give these guys what they deserve. They deserve a championship. I'm going to do my best to give them that. Jimbo Fisher never said when he was going to give it to them. He just said, I'm going to do my best to give them that. This is him doing everything that he has to do. Also, this is the team. You guys have to remember that the team that's already there for Texas A&M, as well as guys that are leaving out, which is DeMarvin Leal, safety Leon O'Neal, and guys of that nature, they have been a part of this recruiting, as well as Bobby Taylor in that 2022 class. I'm telling you guys, man, that this 2022 class, and not just Texas A&M, but this 2022 class of recruits overall, they are very special. I do not know where these guys have come from, okay? But these guys are very, very blessed on what they do, man. These guys have come from, I don't know what tree, but they're very, very special, man. Bobby Taylor himself, I looked at that guy commitment over and over and over, and I was so ecstatic about his commitment. I say, man, that young man is special. I don't know what made me see that, but the more this recruiting period goes, he shows you why he's very special, man. That is crazy to me. That is crazy. What was the saying about Texas A&M coming into the season? Texas A&M is just a quarterback away. They are a quarterback away from being a championship-worthy team. Okay? They were a quarterback away. Somebody asked me about Arch Manning. Arch Manning is not at all in A&M's favor at all. All right. So the Arch Manning thing, just no. He's nowhere near in A&M's interest. You know, I'm going to say that. I'm going to make that very, very clear. He's nowhere near in A&M's interest. If he was, he would have been made some visits already. All right. Quinn Ewers is not in A&M's interest as well. I don't even much know if Quinn Ewers is going to sign with Texas, to be honest with you, man. Like I said before, the guy may sign with Texas Tech. And when he goes to Texas Tech, the guy does have some receivers over there already for Texas Tech. Now, does he have a defense? Depending on what that linebacker coach is going to do when he go over there, man, they may have a defense. You know, so I'm just saying, you know, but yes, Wigman has a lot of hype. Wigman deserves all the hype that there is. Him and Cade Klubnik, and also Quinn Ewers, if he would have stayed in that class, all three quarterbacks would have been from the state of Texas that are all up there as I think is 6 quarterbacks in this class in the top 30. 3 of those guys would have been from the state of Texas alone. All right, so that's just that. Feel like King will be the starter? Yes, King will undoubtedly be the starter. Going into this season, King will undoubtedly be the starter. That is the reason to why you did see Evan Stewart commit, but also Connor Wingman is the real reason to why Evan Stewart came along, because that's the quarterback that he'll be most likely playing most of his career with. And Bobby Taylor is most likely the guy who he'll be playing on the opposite side of the football. So both of those guys going in to battle each other in camp as well as in practice, they're just going to continue to make each other better. That's the reason why these guys are committing with each other, because they ultimately want to make each other better, man. How do you rate our linebackers? Right now, our linebackers have a B minus, okay? We can be better. That's why we're going out and recruiting like that. We can be better, but they're a B minus right now. So I'm just going to say one more thing here, and I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here. Look out for this guy right here. And if we land this guy, in which I don't know when his commitment day is, Amar Abel. The more I keep on tweeting at Amar Abel, the more he likes it. Man, if we get Amar Abel, nobody should say anything to Elijah Robinson or Terry Price ever again. I do not know if Elijah Robinson or Terry Price even wants to be head coaches, but if they do, good God Almighty, man, this defensive line class is sick. This is sick. Oh my God, this is sick. Amar Abel is a defensive lineman. He is a D lineman. Right now, he is rumored. He is crystal ball to Ohio State. I'm seeing somebody said that will Jalen Jones go to safety. I believe that because of the cornerbacks that are coming in and the cornerbacks that are coming back from off injury, I believe Jalen Jones will go back to his respective position in which why he was rated as a 5-star prospect, and he will move back to safety. If he moves back to safety, expect that backfield to not give up anything long at all, unless it's just a defensive breakdown. Other than that, do not expect that backfield to give up anything long next year. But Amari Aber, man, if he pops up on my Twitter and says committed to Texas A&M, look, man, I'm gonna drop my phone. Also, make sure you guys follow Bobby Taylor on Twitter, because he done a mic drop when Gabriel Brownlow-Dendy came. he ultimately done a mic drop. If Amari Aber signs, then this will undoubtedly be the 3 guys that Bobby Taylor mentioned on his tweet when he said next week be looking for 3 more. Good God, man, I have no clue who the hell the 3 more is. But if Amari Aber is one of them, oh my God. Because I already know who 2 of them is. Cam Dewberry, in my opinion, and also Anthony Lucas, in my opinion. Understand this here. A lot of people think because we're bringing in this dominant D-line that it may be a lot of guys transferring out. Understand that the reason why these guys are coming in is because of what I just told you. That defensive line that is already there, they have ultimately recruited these guys as well. You guys have to pay attention to recruiting, man. It's all about what you want to build together and how you want to make yourself better. That D-line that is already there, I will say this once again, they recruited them as well. They want those guys to come in. That's why when these guys have dropped their commitments like this, you have not heard anybody say, oh, well, I'm moving along. They want that because they want to build a powerhouse, and they were the building blocks, and they know that. That's why I say next year, be looking for Shamar Turner, take over that defensive end spot. Be looking for Isaiah Rakes in the middle. Also, be looking for Fidel Diggs on that line, and also be looking for Tumasa Dele and Elijah Judy on that line. I'm telling you guys the names. Remember what I said. If you guys don't remember, go and look at it on 247 so you guys can get a big intel site, okay? I do not know about any NIL moves. I know why you guys are asking that. It's because of what Texas has put out there for their offensive linemen that are signing with them, in which I don't have a problem with. Hey, man, do what you have to do. Understand that if anybody commits to Texas, I would still like the tweet. You know, that's just that. I will still like the picture. There's nothing wrong with it. You're following your future. All right. But also, man, understand this here. It is a lot of fan bases that are mad. It's a lot of fan bases that are mad, man. So, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, McKinley Jackson. I don't know how I keep on forgetting of McKinley Jackson. He would be there also. But they're bringing in a dominant defensive line like that because of this year, man. They're bringing in it because of how the way college football is going with these hurry-up offenses. You guys seen Jordan Davis all on that field in the SEC Tiger game. You do not want that for your defensive line when you cannot get off the field. They noticed a flaw in the defense, and they pulled it out. So it is what it is. So anywho, guys, let me go ahead and get on up out of here. I got to go to work. I love all of you guys. #Eagle Maggis.